Hi everyone, today is Dongji Festival Day, also known as Tang Yuan Festival, and we're going to make some Tang Yuan today, or rice balls. To make rice balls, you're only gonna need 3 ingredients. You're gonna need glutinous rice flour, water, and sugar. Well, for the most basic dough ever. I'm gonna use half a cup because once you add the water in, you get more dough than you expect. A little bit of sugar. I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon because our glutinous rice balls are gonna be plain. Some people add the peanut filling, sesame filling, or a red bean filling, but I'm gonna keep things simple today. Okay. I don't have an exact measurement for this. I just go with the feel. But when I make this, I always start off with less water because once you have too much water, the dough is gonna be too sticky and loose to handle, and you're gonna have to add more flour, and then you'll have way too much dough, more than you want to eat. You have to go slowly because it takes time for the dough to absorb the water. So you might think it's too dry now, but after a few minutes of mixing, it's going to get stickier. Let's check the consistency. I came across a YouTube comment a long time ago. This commenter said that to know if there's enough water, you want to have it moist enough that if you were to leave it alone to dry, it's still going to be moist after half an hour. You're gonna have to practice. Just make it, and over time you'll know. But for now, it's pliable. It's just enough. It's able to hold its shape. I think it could use a little more flour. Yeah. Just go with your intuition. As the Malaysian saying goes, agak agak. Just guess it. You want it to be a little bit more moist than you'd like because as you roll the dough out, it's gonna start drying out after a while. And when it starts to dry, it starts to crack. Looks like tofu. Now for the rest of the colors, I'm going to be doing green using pandan, blue using butterfly pea flowers I collected from my neighborhood, and pink with some dried roselle that I have. Grab enough to make the color strong enough. I don't think this is a cup, I think it's a candle holder. For the pandan, this is how we're gonna make the color. I have a blender and I'm just cutting it up with a scissors to go in. You can also use a mortar, pestle and mortar, but I find that using a blender doesn't make a difference in the taste. We gotta work smart, not hard. Now we're just gonna add in some water. I'm gonna use this much anyway, so that's about half a cup of water. That's how it looks like. You're going to need this. This is used to make coffee and tea in Malaysia. With clean hands, just squeeze this out. I may have added too much water because the green is not as dark as I'd like it. But it's okay. It's home baked. Wow. This one's going to taste really sour. This reminds me, just because making Tang Yuan only has 2 ingredients, flour and water, it doesn't mean it's easy to make. Because when I first started making this on my own, my Tang Yuan was always hard. It was really hard, and the middle part was always raw for some reason, okay? Yeah, we want to make it into a ball, so you might think that making it into a very stiff dough would make the job easier. But if there's not enough water in your dough, your balls, your Tang Yuan balls will not be able to cook properly, no matter how long you cook it. So, add enough water. It might just be a universal experience for every kid who has grown up eating Tang Yuan to make a mixed colored one. I also made some that look like teeth because it's funny. We have the Tang Yuan soup boiling away, all we have to put is ginger and some pandan and what kind of sugar? My mom's helping me. This kind of sugar. Brown sugar. After boiling the pandan in there for a while, we're gonna want to take it out because if you let the pandan stay in there, it's going to make the soup taste a little weird and not in a good way. Off to the kitchen we go. So cringe. Okay, the water is boiling. Just like this. See? Okay, we have to stir it so that they don't stick to each other at the bottom of the pot. I really outdid myself. I'm so proud! Well, the color of the red one's changing. It, it really looks like gums and teeth now. It's gonna overflow, so lower the heat. Once they start to float up to the surface, it means that they're done. So all you gotta do now, this is my secret that makes the thing much chewier. After it's cooked, you want to add into a bowl of iced water. I find that the glutinous rice balls made with rice flour from Southeast Asia isn't as chewy as the dumplings in Japan and Korea. So I find that this really helps. It really makes it a bit more chewier. Once it has cooled, we're just going to transfer it out of the water so they don't get soggy. Those are not the screams of the Tang Yuan. The teeth, guys. The teeth. The tooth. Bye.